Android. Who is Natalia Rose, the intergalactic healer?
Yo, I feel like that's a loaded question. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, right? It is a loaded question, but for our audience, like they want to know.
Yeah.
So I know Reiki master, aura reader, yoga teacher, but just give us a meal of like explaining and defining what all that entails and how we got here.
Yeah. So my name is Natalia Rose, the intergalactic healer. I'm a spacified earthy chick from the Bay. You feel me?
All
From
right.
Oakland, born
Old
and
town in
raised.
the house? 357?
Yes, 510. I got it tatted, you know. You know what I'm saying? I saw somebody make a meme out of that, and I was like, yes, I am that Bay Area girl that has a tattoo of her area code on her.
Well, and a lot of people are very loyal. Like if you're from the Bay Area, you bout that Bay Area. And I love that. That's how us New Yorkers are. So I totally relate.
Yeah, it's so intergalactic healer. So yes, Reiki master, yoga teacher, and like I'm expanding into hella other shit too. I feel like it is my life's mission, is that my purpose here is to, heal myself and to help others to heal themselves and be the best version of themselves that they could possibly ever be. Because heal people, you feel me? And
Yes.
this era, this state that we're in right now, like it's all, a lot of it is like a result from people hurting people. So we out here changing the game, you feel me? We're getting ourselves right, and I feel like impacting just one person like helps them to elevate their lives, and like they in turn are elevating the lives of the people around them. You know what I'm saying? So it has a really dope trickle down effect, and that's totally what I'm here for.
So, and it's so perfect the way you said that because it makes me think, how do you think as a collective that, and I think for energy workers and healers and light workers, how have you felt and noticed the change since January 2020, that great alignment with Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter, and Mars, and Capricorn, and the beginning of the pandemic? How have you spiritually felt the ascension and the change personally, and then even with your clients?
I have seen so much growth, so much ascension. Like, I mean, like I briefly mentioned, like the way the universe works is just so funny. I had gotten my certification for Reiki Master literally like right before the pandemic happened. So,
Wow. So
um,
good. You were already on the path, right?
yeah, you already know. I was a full-time yoga teacher before
Yeah.
the pandemic, and so that I still teach yoga, but I teach it online now, given
Okay.
the circumstances.
And we'll show that in your chart. We'll get to that soon. But go ahead. Yeah.
Awesome. That's what's up. Um, but yeah, so I've seen so much growth and so much ascension. I feel like honestly, the lockdowns were low key a blessing in disguise. It gave a lot of people the opportunity to be actually able to sit with themselves and
Yes.
discover like what it is that they really wanted, reflect on like how their lives, the way that they were living pre-pandemic, was impacting them. And for a lot of people, that allowed them the space to build a spiritual connection that they didn't have before, a spiritual practice that they didn't have before, to get into things like meditation and like studying more. And so I mean, yes, it was scary, and also there was like that plus side of it, you know.
Can I make you laugh real quick? Do you
Yeah.
know during the pandemic, close the door. During the pandemic was the first time that myself ever did yoga. We started
Really?
family yoga during the pandemic.
I
I
remember
never
that.
did yoga, and I done a whole bunch of other stuff, but I never just personally really tried and learned and knew about. You hear, but I hadn't done it, and I started doing it, and I was like, "Whoa!" Nobody told me like this is like a real workout, and this is like core strength, and you're like building up your shoulders, and because you're balancing and all this, and oh wow, the quads are getting tighter just from yoga. I was like, this is pretty good, because I'm used to like more like running or lifting weights, and then when you start doing that, you're like, there are great benefits. I was like, and plus the breath
Yeah.
work and the core. I was like, who knew? I was like, yo, I slept. I've been sleeping on yoga. And oh my God, I tell you, Natalia, I was just like blown away. And I was just like, thank you, God. But you're right. I think it made people pause, right? And reset. And for folks who are not now naturally introspective, it kind of made them like for once in their lives be like, who am I? Right? Ask the question, who am I? And to get introspective.
Gemini in here saying yes. Natalia's energy is always on point. Heavy
Yes.
circles.
So I want to just talk about, right, Natalia is the Libra rising with an Aquarius moon in the fifth house and an Aries sun in the close the door. Aries sun in the seventh house. And, having that Aquarius moon, we'll get to some other placements, but having that Aquarius moon in the house of speculative gains and creativity and hobbies, starting your own business, high school, college. How do you think for you that energy manifests and plays out to kind of how you are dancing in 5D on this earth currently? If that makes sense. I had to explain it like that.
Yeah. I mean, I love that you like said dancing in the 5D, you feel me? Because I feel like that's what's been going on and how it's been really like manifesting. Because like I feel like I I'm really close to my family and I really wanted to please them. I really wanted to make sure that I made them proud, you feel me? And but I didn't really ever like fit in. I was like into the weird shit. I was like low key like the black sheep of the family type shit.
Wait. I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry, but I gotta say, the reason why, and just when she said that, you guys, the black sheep of the family, Miss Natalia has the true black moon Lilith on the ascendant in the first house. So that is definitely when it's on the angular houses 1, 4, 7, or 10, it's way stronger. And not to throw stuff out there, Natalia, you guys, all you single guys, sorry, Natalia's happily married. But I will say, having the true black moon Lilith on the ascendant, whether you're a male or a female, you can have men and women just randomly hit on you for no reason in the weirdest places. Have you experienced that even before you were married and when you were single? Yes, you have. I know you have. Tell me the truth. Yes, right?
In like the strangest ways too. It's like that was really I'm just gonna
No, that Lilith is strong, girl. I already know. You don't even have to tell me. I know, right? But yeah, it's wild though, right? Like, because I'm sure in your head you're like spinning. You're like, oh my God, that was that? That's what that was.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be funny. It's funny. It's an interesting sort of thing. I feel like it's also like I think when I was younger it was fun, and then as I got older, it was like leave me alone.
Well, no, exactly. Especially after your Saturn return, it probably got annoying. But you know what? I want you, and it's like a lesson also to teach to the audience, right? It's almost like I tell people, don't get mad at folks and don't take it personal. It's really, it's an energetic, and the way that I describe it, if you ever watch one of my Black Moon Lilith videos or house series, it's like this sonar, like boop, boop, boop. You don't see the energy, but others sense it in you and see it in your aura. And they're just, men and women are just going to be, and they don't even know what it is. They're just like, oh my God, Natalia. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like they want, it's almost like having, oh God, I think about the show on HBO, Sookie Stackhouse, True Blood. Like you got fairy blood. You know what I mean? And so they're just like, oh my God, Natalia Rose, what's up, girl? And ladies will be like, hola, mommy, mi gente, and so, but you have to realize and that's the thing, more importantly to me, I want you to know you're not doing anything wrong. And you can let your husband know too, like, baby, it's not my fault. Okay. Yeah. The mailman just hit on me. It wasn't my fault.
Yeah, no, we find it to be funny. It's just kind of funny. We just laugh at it.
But just give me an explanation. Like if I reach out to you and try to book something, how do we schedule stuff? And then how do you do it? Like, okay, I'm in Arizona, you're on the East Coast in Georgia or Florida or whatever. You tell me, like, how does it get down?
Yeah, so everything is booked through my website. That makes it super easy for all of us,
I know,
especially
right?
like with like the time zones and like all the things, makes it a lot easier. And it really just depends on the service. So I've got, you know, a variety of different Reiki services. I have remote Reiki where it's like literally like there is no call, but like I do the energy work on my end, and you just get to like chill and relax and go about your day and receive the energy. And I send you an audio message of all the messages that come through for you, because in a session, in a one-on-one session, I am going into every single one of your chakras, well, one of the seven main chakras, right, in the body, and I'm communicating with them. So I'm feeding them Reiki energy. I'm helping to clear away whatever might be stuck in there, and I'm in communication with your energy centers, to be able to like extract the messages of what it is that they want to share with you, so that you can like apply that in your life and you know, help you further your healing journey in whatever way that looks like to you. You know, sometimes it might be something like super like deep and etheric or whatever, and sometimes it might be something like really like practical, like, hey, like eat some pumpkin pie or some shit. Like I literally had that come through for a client. Like I was like, I don't know, pumpkin pie. Like I was confused by it, but they knew exactly what it meant. So
Oh, that's dope.
yeah.
So, so hold on. Okay, so let me just pause for a second on that. So, are you saying like, so you'll get like, you kind of got like a download, and then you revealed it and shared it to the client, and then they knew what you were like, what it meant for them personally?
Yeah, for sure. That's like exactly how it goes down. So since I'm in communication with the energy centers, like I'm like tapped into them, like literally feeding Reiki energy into them. And like I am, you know, I've got like all the clairs. So sometimes it might come through in like I feel something in my physical body, whether that's something that the client is actually feeling in their body or something that energetically is in that aspect, that part of their body, because different parts of the body are associated with different kinds of emotions or
Right,
feelings,
the different chakras and yeah.
right? And they're connected to the different chakras. The chakras might communicate to me like when I go into each of them individually, like through physical feelings in my body, or I might hear what it is that they're saying, like what it is that they want to communicate. And so I I get all of that and I put that into an audio message and I send that out. If we do a one-on-one that's like live, like an actual like video call, then you know I lead you into a guided meditation, get you into a really relaxed state, and then you know I do the Reiki, and then we go over the messages that come through for you. And it's the same, like it as in like you know I get the physical sensations or I hear it or you know however it wants to come through for that particular person.
So I was saying, what do you feel that clients, because I know everybody's different, but what do you feel, the pre-recorded or the live, that resonates better with them and then they get? Like in terms of just because like for me, I would want like the live reaction, and especially I guess for me, knowing and knowing your chart, right? I mean, I could see where. So let me just say this. So Natalia has the Libra rising, so the fourth house is Capricorn, and so she has Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn there. And so it makes sense that she's actually doing this business remote from home, and she, you know, gets the hard work and the rewards and blessings from Saturn and Capricorn in the fourth house, and she's got this sort of solid work ethic foundation. But then the Uranus, that's exactly what you described with the downloads, right? And then the Neptune is kind of like, you know, just that spiritual connection to the collective. So it's literally describing, you guys, Natalia having this spiritual business from her home. But I really liked how you exactly described Uranus, you know, in Capricorn in the fourth house, like kind of like getting the download and then sharing it. And so for me, I would think that that might resonate better for someone live. But how does that kind of play out in a pre um, what do you call it? Like, I guess in a pre-recorded message for you.
I mean, I feel like it really just depends on what the client prefers, you know.
Right.
I do group Reiki sessions for the new moon and the full moon, and those are remote sessions. And I do the session on my own, like in my space, sending the energy out, connecting to these beautiful beings, working with their auras and their chakras. And I record the messages that come through in an audio message and deliver it to them via email or on Patreon, because it's also on my Patreon. But I get messages like emails or like comments or like DMs like, yo, oh my God, like even from the group sessions, like this resonated for me so much when you said this thing, like this was like, oh my God, this was speaking to me directly. And I'm like, yes, girl, because it was like,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the impact is definitely, I don't think that there's like a difference in impact. I think it more so has to do with like what the client prefers. Like if you want that one-on-one FaceTime, it's definitely like book a one-on-one live session. If you're the type of person.
How long are your sessions?
They're an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. The remote sessions are 30 to 45 minutes. So they're shorter, but it's also, we're not live, right? It's just, you book it. And if that can be like, if you're the type of person who knows you want that energy healing, but you also like are busy as fuck, you don't want to set aside like an hour to do a session, you know what I'm saying? Then like a remote session is like perfect because you can still go about your day just as you were doing, you know what I'm saying? So it really just depends on what they prefer.
That is so awesome. And then what's so cool too, Natalia, and this also speaks to some of your healing energy and gifts, having the Pluto and Scorpio, millennial generation, Pluto and Scorpio, having that in your second house of your five senses, how you would earn money, your values, your self-worth, your speech. You are the intergalactic transformative healer with your words and your energy. And I think that's what the audience immediately picked up on, because I found you, I don't even know how, it was totally like God energy, right? Source was just like on Instagram. And it just immediately hit me. And I was like, oh, I got to know her. I got to work with her. I got to come on, you know what I mean? Eventually I got to, book some readings with you. But it was like, I was like, I have to share. I have to, get to meet you, reach out, see like if you're interested or whatever. But you know what I mean? It was like instant. And I think that's that magnetic, because the way that you were doing the reading, you guys go check out her IG page, Intergalactic Healer. But it was just very, one, authentic. Two, and I want you to take this in the best way, a good way. It was so mystical. And that's not a bad thing, but it can take stuff however, right? But you know what I mean? It was it was authentic. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't like, not like hokey folks, right? But it was, having that South Node in Virgo, and it's a tough access, but it's the access of service, humanity, spirituality, and having that South Node in the 12th house, it really speaks to you. You did this before in a past life. You have hidden talents, because it's also hidden talents in isolation, where you kind of get your food and nutrients and gifts and spirituality together, and then you daily routine North Node Pisces, share it with the people, the common people, in your work, in your daily routine, in your service. I bet have you ever done, I never asked you this, have you ever done aura readings or Reiki stuff on animals?
I have done Reiki on animals for sure.
That's deep. Wow.
I like sometimes like when I go on walks, like in nature, I'm like, I'm just going to leave a little Reiki bubble right here. And so like if an animal walks through it, like if their spirit wants it, they can have it. Or like I'll give Reiki to the plants, or like Reiki in my waters or my teas, like I be doing Reiki for like everything. And I love doing that. And I feel like, especially like when I'm walking and I'm like just giving it to the plants or just giving it to the earth, giving it to the ground. I'm like, this is like me giving and expressing gratitude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no, I totally
yeah.
get it.